Welcome to another edition of the Craig Carton Show. My main man, Tyrone A. Johnson here. I'm walking on clouds today, baby, because one of the great days, or nights of the year, sorry, I got that wrong almost, the calendar every single year is opening day, Major League Baseball. And folks, we've made it there. That means winter is over. Spring is around the corner. We get hardball back. You've got the San Francisco Giants. You've got the New York Yankees. You've got Aaron Judge. You've got Aaron Boone. You've got whoever the hell is coaching or managing San Fran now.
That college guy.
Yeah, the guy from Tennessee. That's right.
Yeah,
but man, I'm so happy baseball is back, Tyrone.
It's great. It is
great. Now, a couple complaints out of the gate, if I can. Number one, I appreciate that every league, not just Major League Baseball, has kind of sold its soul to the devil. You know, the NFL has games on Wednesdays now. Nobody asked for that.
Nope.
The NBA now has a bunch of fugazi rules, like to win tournaments in the middle of the season and 65-game minimum. It's all crap, right? So know that deal, right?
Yep.
And now baseball's in bed with those guys, too. So we do not have an afternoon game in Cincinnati as we had for 100 years. Now that went away a few years ago. It's Sunday Night Baseball being the opening game. But it's only one game today. You don't have 20 teams playing today like it used to be. It's Yankees, it's Giants, and it's at 8 o'clock tonight Eastern, and baseball's back. So it's weird because on one hand, I'm so pumped up that baseball's back. I love opening day. I'm an opening day guy. But the key word in opening day is not opening. It's day.
Yeah.
Day.
Day.
Opening day. And now, of course, it is opening night on Netflix. Now, a lot of you, not everybody has Netflix, so you have to figure out a way how to get the game, because if you don't have Netflix, you don't get the game tonight. But baseball's back, man, and I know we can nitpick it, and if you may have a thought on it as well. My only real knock on opening night tonight on Netflix is that I don't blame baseball for this. I do blame Netflix for this, okay?
Okay.
Netflix thinks, apparently, that opening day in America is a time for gimmicks. As much as they wrote a big check because they want baseball, and they've this game,
home run
and
derby.
the home run derby, and I think that's it
for now.
For year one.
Yes.
All right, so they're kind of dipping their toe in the water to see what baseball is like on their platform.
Well, apparently, this is mid-contract for a lot of sports teams.
Okay.
They're going to be an active bidder when
there's
all
no
those
doubt.
contracts
There's going to be more
on.
baseball for sure. You're dead right.
And they want football. They want college football. They want everything.
And they got all the money, so they're going to have a lot of stuff, right? So, but they're making it a gimmick, and I said this on the radio a couple days ago, and again yesterday, and that is opening day doesn't need a gimmick.
Yeah.
Opening day just needs popcorn, Cracker Jacks, a hot dog, a cold beer, a little bunting around the stadium, an introduction of every player, a nice national anthem, and let's go. But Netflix is now bringing us Jameis Winston, the New York Giant quarterback, part of the studio pregame show. They are now bringing us these wrestling guys.
Yeah, the Usos.
The Usos.
Yeah.
I never heard of them, but I know they're very popular.
Wrestling people know who
Yes, and Netflix owns the WWE broadcast rights, right?
Yes.
And now they're having a hand, The Thing, from the very popular show on Netflix, Wednesday, about Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
Okay? And The Thing, which is just like Frankenstein's hand throwing out the first pitch. And I have to say this, while it's gimmicky and baseball doesn't need gimmicks, I can't wait to see how they figure out how a hand not connected to a body is throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah, how?
I have no idea how
they're going to come out of the mound. You don't want to mess with the mound.
I assume it's going to be like a CGI thing.
Okay.
That's already been pre-recorded. But I would say this. When the hand is done throwing out the first pitch, I know an accused murderer who could use that hand.
Yes. Although he didn't need it for the murder.
No, the quadriplegic with no arms and no legs who allegedly shot his buddy in the Tesla.
Yeah.
Who also is proficient with a rifle.
Yes.
A 9mm.
Did you see the videos?
Climbed a ladder.
With the rifle. with the rifle.
Like, this dude is a badass.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is, I know we're going off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anybody ever say again, I can't do something.
No.
This dude's got no feet, no hands, no fingers, no toes, climbing a ladder with a rifle.
Right, to hunt.
Yeah, to hunt.
Apparently got a kill. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, your thoughts on opening day.
Now, the one thing is baseball, above every other sport for a long time, has been Americana.
100%.
This is where the Netflix thing is slightly different in. They're doing things because they've been going big in the international markets, especially India and things like that.
Okay.
I believe they added all these other things that they're adding for the global part of it. I think they think the Americans are going to do it, but the wrestling they show internationally. Wednesday they show internationally.
It's their biggest show Wednesday.
Yeah, so I think what they're thinking is we have America locked up.
Well, I also
this
think
is to get people from England and other places to join
that
in.
might be true. I don't know. I mean, it's a valid point. I didn't consider. I think the other thing they're doing is, I think this game is so important to their future as a baseball partner that they don't want to have mud on their face. If this game fails, and I don't know what the goal rating is or audience is, obviously it's going to be in the millions, and hopefully the tens of millions for them. I think what they're doing, which is smart, while it's probably pissing off baseball purists that they're doing all this nonsense and making it kind of a gimmick, is the fact, all right, well, wrestling's very popular. Not every wrestling fan watches baseball.
Right.
But if these Uso twins or whatever are really that popular.
They're the Rock's cousins.
Again, I know nothing about wrestling.
They're the Rock's cousins.
Okay, I know nothing about it.
Nor should you.
But I know this. If I was a wrestling fan and I hear that my favorite tag team duo, the Usos, are being a part of a broadcast, I might want to check it out. All I can do is turn it on for a minute. Netflix gets credit for me as a viewer.
Boom. Yep.
So I may not care about baseball, but if I'm one of the 200 million people, I guess, that watch Wednesday every week on Netflix, I might be apt to tune in to see Thing throw out the first pitch. So what Netflix is doing, which might piss off baseball purists, is actually really smart, because all they care about is tomorrow morning when the ratings come out, they want to be able to say, 70 million people, I'm making up numbers obviously, checked out the baseball coverage on Netflix. That's their goal.
Now, the question I have, I guess, is you're going to watch it. It's also like our job to watch.
Yes. Now, I'll still say baseball should start at 12 o'clock noon on opening day. And I don't care if it's the Reds or not. I never bought into Cincinnati having to open up the season. But opening day should be during the day.
Would you accept the 4 o'clock opening?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what sometimes
makes
they
it
do.
easier for people to get out of work a little bit early, that kind of thing. Yeah.
The other thing,
as long as it's during the day.
Right. The other thing I want to ask you is there any chance that the bells and whistles turn any of the fans off?
Yes, purists, but the bells and whistles seem to be all pregame. Right? You've got Matt Verzgerski on doing play-by-play.
And he's good at his job.
Yeah, he's the voice of MLB The Show.
That's what I'm saying. He's good at his job. Yep.
You've got CC Sabathia.
I think he's going to be
who's,
good.
I think, really great at media.
Yep.
And you've got Barry Bonds.
And Barry's a hitting. He knows everything about hitting.
Yeah. So I think the broadcast crew for the game should be great. Right? I'm looking forward to hearing Barry Bonds break down an at-bat from a baseball perspective. I think baseball purists are going to kill the fact, and already have, that it's a nighttime game.
Yep.
I think baseball purists are going to kill, and already have, the fact that it's a standalone game. But to be fair, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball for the last 15 years was the opening game of the year, not the Cincinnati Reds on Monday.
Right.
So let's just be fair about that.
And it would be the Yankees most years as well anyway.
Yankees, Cubs, Dodgers, et cetera. Phillies maybe in a good year. Yeah, so that doesn't bother me as much. But, yes, the purists are going to yell and scream about it because they're purists, right? Doesn't mean the broadcast is going to be bad. Now, if you tell me in the fifth inning tonight that Matt Verzgerski says, hey, the Uso brothers join us for this half inning, people will go crazy about that. That'll be a problem.
And I also want to say this. The Usos, only one of them can speak on the mic. The other one's bad at it.
Bad like he curses, or bad like he just doesn't have a personality?
Bad as you won't have no clue what he's talking about.
All right, got it. All right, so anyway,
don't put him on, Mike.
Baseball's back, everybody. We made it through winter. Spring is here, and our pastime is back. Yes, Cracker Jacks for everybody.
You don't usually get Alabama basketball booked at less than 160. You're getting that now here. The real question is Aiden Holloway done for the tournament for an Alabama team who, we've seen under Nate Oates, they're more than capable of getting themselves to a Sweet 16 and Elite 8 and maybe even beyond that.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
NBA Central sent out a tweet yesterday. Hornets announcer Eric Collins says Jalen Duren is one of his favorite players to watch. Quote, I like talking about that body of his cut up like coleslaw, end quote. Interesting.
Yeah. Not quite sure what the reference to coleslaw is. No idea, Donnie. I have no idea.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
I don't like to overthink it, Kevin. I really don't. And similar situation, I feel the same way when it comes to betting. I find like that Sunday night, so you're watching the NFL games, and all of us do it. Like, all right, let's look to next week now. You know what I mean? That Sunday, the dust is settled on the game. They just ended, so I'm like, let's look at next week. My first reaction is always the best reaction.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
First listed here at 44%. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, and Bryson DeChambeau combined. Tie at 32%. And Yannick Sinner down there at 30%. So where do we do? How about that? Who will win more?
Yeah.
So combined effort.
Yeah. Combined effort. I don't know.
I like it.
Scheffler going to have to get it going here.
Prediction Markets Edge. Only on SportsGrid.
Here's the question for Tyrone. I'm going to put you on the spot here, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you sing it?
Can I sing it?
Can you sing it? Yeah.
Take me out to the ball game.
My guy.
All right.
Can you sing it?
Not well.
On the spot?
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to
No, I didn't say mumble it. I said, can you sing it?
No.
Today's opening day. It's a national holiday today.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go to school today. You should play hooky today.
Well, tomorrow.
You shouldn't go to work today.
That's tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's opening day. Tonight's opening night.
Else, if you take off opening night.
That's true.
Tomorrow.
I guess in the West Coast, it's a 5 o'clock start, 5:30.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Tomorrow, everybody take off.
Go to work today. Go to school today. Tomorrow, play hooky.
Yep.
All good. Because every other team plays tomorrow. I know in New York, the Mets open up. I think they play the Pirates.
Yep.
That's
Phillies Rangers.
1:15-ish start.
Yep. Phillies Rangers.
Okay.
And I don't know why the game's
in Philly.
Yes, rather than Texas where it's warm.
Yeah.
I'm going Saturday. Freeze. It's gonna be 40 degrees. But
It's gonna be nice tomorrow. It's gonna be like
tomorrow's
65
gonna be nice. Yeah, but
it's gonna be good.
Saturday.
But are you an American or do I need to check your papers?
The problem is this.
You don't know the words.
I know the words. I'm tone deaf.
Dude, I can't sing a lick either.
Take me out to the ball game.
Yeah. Take me out to the
ball to the crowd.
Take me out to the.
Well,
buy me some
peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
I don't care if I
ever get back.
Bang, you got it wrong. Everybody gets that word wrong.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah. It's I don't care if I never get back.
Oh.
That's a big fallacy.
Because it's root for the Phillies.
For the home team.
For the Phillies.
Yeah, so.
The Phillies.
Yeah, well, nobody.
If they don't win, it's a shame.
It's always a shame.
It's fun.
Anyhow, everybody should know the words to that song.
Yeah.
It's like not knowing the words to the national anthem, in my opinion. But opening night is here. You are right, though. Tomorrow's the day when every other team opens, and the Giants and Yankees have tomorrow off. So they're a standalone game here. Real quick, you guys know college basketball. Hubert Davis,
yes,
got fired down in North Carolina.
Needed to happen.
It's interesting. He got fired because they suck in the tournament. Mm-hmm. To be fair, though, when Caleb Wilson, who's one of their best players, went out this year,
probably a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
they were 24-6.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
North Carolina, with Hubert Davis as head coach, was 24-6 when Caleb Wilson went down with the injury.
Yes.
Now, they didn't win a single game without him once he went down, and that gets Hubert Davis fired. So I did a little research on this, okay? if you look at the last 5 years and you compare Hubert Davis to North Carolina to Tom Izzo at Michigan State.
Okay.
Now, Tom Izzo, I'll just say this from jump, has a much better tournament record than Hubert Davis does in that same 5-year standpoint, in March Madness, okay?
But the regular season has to count for something.
It's got to, right?
It's got to count.
All right, so Hubert Davis, in the last 5 years at North Carolina, had 125 wins and 54 losses.
Okay.
So he's effectively 70 games over 500. Now, look, at North Carolina, it's unacceptable not to be.
Right.
That is a blue blood program. They have the best recruiting. They have money to spend. There is no rationale for North Carolina not to compete in the ACC and have success in the tournament. And I recognize that and understand that. But I just wanted to give you an apples-to-apples comparison.
Yeah.
So 125 and 54 is Hubert Davis over the last 5 years, okay? Tom Izzo over the last 5 years at Michigan State, 121 and 55.
Yeah.
So essentially the same exact record over the last 5 years. Hubert Davis got fired.
Yeah.
Tom Izzo is going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just interesting that record is good enough for Michigan State because they get to the Sweet 16 every damn year.
Right.
That record is not good enough for North Carolina because they're not getting to Sweet 16s or beyond.
There's that.
But regular season, Hubert Davis can coach.
Yes, he can. Now, the other thing, though, is he also, and the producer's fired up. Ethan's fired up about it. But
Tell Ethan to come upstairs and say something.
The truth of the matter is this, though. The truth of the matter is this, though.
Yeah.
Coach K's gone.
Yes.
Duke's still better. That can't happen at North Carolina.
By the way, that's fine.
And that's what really got
But
him
let's
fired.
not make Hubert Davis, who, by the way, had a terrible tournament, a terrible
He's going to
post-game
get another job.
press conference.
He'll have another job within a week.
Hubert Davis was a winning coach.
Yeah, he's going to get another job within a week.
70 games over 500 the last 5 years. And again, I understand. It's like the Yankees. If the Yankees don't go to the World Series, it's a failure. Now, Aaron Boone has kept his job 8 years in, but it's a failure for Yankee fans. That's what North Carolina's like. That if North Carolina does not get to the Sweet 16 or beyond, their year is a failure. But the notion that Hubert Davis can't coach, that's crazy talk. Now, let's talk about his replacement real quick.
Yeah.
You have door A and door B. One of those doors is not getting the job, but it's fun to discuss it.
Okay.
The other door, I'm telling you, is getting the job and not as much fun to discuss.
Well,
so pick a door.
Well, give me the door, the guy who's not going to get the job.
That's door B.
Door B.
All right. So door B, and you're going to see this online today, and I'm begging you not to fall for it.
Okay.
Because it's a parody.
All right.
But it's a fun one to discuss, okay? The guy that's not getting the job that you're going to see today, I guarantee it. You're going to see guys on social media, guys on the radio, guys on TV that don't know that they're being had, okay? Door B, the next head coach of North Carolina, joining Bill Belichick in that athletic department will be Phil Jackson.
What?
And there's going to be a sucker on radio today that falls for that and goes, hey, did you hear? North Carolina's bringing in Phil Jackson. Not true, but fun to discuss.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
The crazy part would be, could Phil Jackson
Go ahead.
keep that? Now, they had the number 9, 11, and 15 player coming in.
Okay.
And now
recruiting-wise?
Recruiting-wise.
Okay.
If Phil Jackson got the job,
The
again, we're
answer's
just
no,
we're just
no, and no.
No, we're just playing with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Does he still have the ability to retain that kind of? Does he still have the cachet to make a kid want to come?
Because no kid wants to hear about the triangle or about what I did in 1998.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about the Kobe Shaq years?
No one cares. I just love it because, it's just another reminder of what an embarrassment Bill Belichick is, right? So it ain't going to be Phil Jackson, but I'm going to give you the name it's going to be. Okay. All right? And the name you're going to hear a lot today, and it makes a lot of sense because it looks like Billy Donovan's leaving Chicago.
Okay.
And has not had the success they expected in Chicago. There's a lot of reasons for that. Billy Donovan was one of the great college coaches down in Florida. Billy Donovan makes a lot of sense.
He does.
He's a championship coach at the college level, won 2 championships in Florida. And if you're in North Carolina, Billy Donovan becomes a really good hire, and you'll get that program back to the promised land. So don't sleep on Billy Donovan.
Him against St. John's being an extreme difference maker, they got guys. At the end of the day, Nate gonna do what Nate gonna do. And they're gonna run it up, they'll get down, they'll come up, they'll go on runs, but you gotta give them credit. I don't think they can win a national championship that way, but man, are they exciting to watch. And they are literally a snap of a finger from going on a big offensive run.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Why the regular season, Joe, does mean something, because Detroit is going to get a back-end team in the East to begin.
Yes, and it does. And it's just a very strange situation, unfortunate situation for Cade Cunningham in Detroit. But the good news is, if you keep playing teams like the Washington Wizards, well, you're not going to need Cade Cunningham to win those games like they did last night.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
What does the deal look like? That's where it changes. It all changes at that point in time, because you've got them where you want them early, or at some point, even late. And you're making a decision based on opportunity, based on staffing, based on program. And then all of a sudden can you just call my agent to get this deal done? And when you think you have a deal done, you don't have the deal done anymore.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Major League Baseball announced yesterday that they will be having a partnership this season with a company that we've come to be very familiar with over the last 6 months. Polymarket is the exclusive prediction market partner of Major League Baseball and the only platform allows to use teams, logos, and marks. Representing the latest pro league to embrace the prediction markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Back to the Craig Carton Show. Since Tyler likes to make decisions, I've got another one for you. Do you want to go door A, door B, or door C for this segment?
Let's go door C.
Door C. So door A, which we'll get to later on, Puka Nacua might actually be an anti-Semite.
Yes.
Who may have also assaulted a young woman.
Maybe.
That'll be coming up in a little bit.
Okay.
Door B, is LeBron James a racist?
What?
Yeah.
All right.
That's door B. But you chose door C.
Okay.
This is a tough one for me because it involves a team that I'm actually currently rooting for, and that's the New York Yankees. I'm a fake Yankee fan. I make no quarrel about that. I was born and raised a New York Met fan in 2009. The Yankees played the Phillies in the World Series, and as a New Yorker, foo Philly. I ain't rooting for Philadelphia. I became a Yankee fan because I wanted New York to take home the hardware again, and they did. It's the last time, actually, New York Yankees won a World Series 17 years ago against your decrepit Philadelphia Phillies. It was an embarrassment, as you know. You had no chance to win.
Six-game series.
It's an embarrassing series.
Six-game series.
Yeah. I actually brought 2 Phillies fans to Yankee Stadium, old friends of mine. You know Neil and Jarrett.
Oh, yeah,
and
nice
they got
people.
kicked out of the game
Guy.
for smoking cigarettes at Yankee Stadium because they were wearing Phillies gear. And for the first time in Yankee Stadium history, someone got kicked out for literally smoking a cigarette.
Oh.
I had to watch the game from a bar across the street. So they're no longer welcome at Yankee Stadium, of course, nor are they my friends anymore, because screw them. That being said, no, they're friends, but, I take it with a grain of salt because they're Philly fans, and you know how I feel about that. The same way I feel about you. That being said.
This is, you're leveling a lot of charges.
That being said, the New York, so there was a big thing in Maryland yesterday. The state Senate was meeting.
Okay.
And the legislators and senators and whatnot were having a big debate about whether or not they should put, quote-unquote, adequately sized tampons in the men's room at Baltimore Ravens Stadium and at Oriole Park, where the Orioles are about to start playing tomorrow.
Okay.
And there was a gal, an elected official, who was questioning a guy. The guy put forth this bill to make sure that men have access to tampons at any stadium or park or arena that was partially or completely funded by public money.
Okay.
All right? And the woman goes, I don't understand the need for tampons in the men's room. And I also understand what adequately sized tampon means. I'm a woman. I didn't know there were sizes. And the guy's like, well, whatever the regular size is then, make sure they have that.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's crazy that, there's going to be tampons in the bathroom, men's bathrooms at Ravens games and Orioles games. But then it took a turn south for me, Tyrone. The New York Yankees, my now beloved New York Yankees, are the first team in Major League Baseball to have a tampon partner. There's a company called Silhouette, and they have a product called a spiral tampon. I don't claim to know a damn thing about tampons. I don't, okay? But they're offering these tampons in every single men's bathroom at Yankee Stadium this season. I just have a question. Why?
Now, the why is confusing.
Who's asking for them? And if you don't think there's going to be a game this year with flying tampons, then you know nothing about the Bronx, New York. It's going to happen.
It is.
There's going to be people dunking tampons in their beers. There's going to be people throwing tampons. There's going to be tampons taped to helmets. There's going to be a tampon problem at Yankee Stadium this season.
There's one other thing.
Go ahead.
Now, I did a little research on this.
I don't know what kind of research you need to do for men and tampons, but go ahead.
Apparently, if a man is quite the alcoholic, they will soak said tampon in vodka.
Yes.
And then put that tampon.
But here's the problem with that. Yes.
No.
Came up yesterday.
And it bypasses, you get drunker.
It's a quicker drunk.
Yeah, because it bypasses.
Yes.
It's the old, as they call it on college campuses, which is really discouraged now, the butt chug.
The butt chug.
Which happened on college
Well, there's going to
campus.
be a lot of butt chugging now.
There is.
At Yankee Stadium.
Because they're going to sneak in a small amount of alcohol.
Right.
You can then dip that and then use that to get super drunk.
So you sneak in an airplane-sized bottle of vodka. You go to the bathroom. You get the tampon for men. You soak it with vodka. You shove it up your ass. And in about 10 minutes, you're drunk.
You're drunk because it bypasses everything. No. That's what I think it's going to get used for a lot. Why is that fan so drunk? He barely had anything to drink.
He only had one beer.
It didn't come through the mouth. The alcohol did not go through the mouth.
I'm so glad you did research on that.
I'm telling you, that's what went down.
Will you try that in Philly?
No.
You're not interested in being like a guinea pig for us?
My issue is, I like my alcohol and alcoholism to happen naturally. I don't need anything extra.
By the way, you go to the game, you have a couple drinks, you have a good time, it's all good.
Right.
I just don't understand who thought that men were clamoring for tampons in the bathroom. If you don't think 19 to 24-year-old kids are not going to grab those tampons and mess around in the stadium with them, then you don't know your audience, man. I'll tell you something else. I never want to hear you complain about we can't afford a player again either. Yeah, you can.
About the expansion stuff.
Yeah, but doesn't it make a lot of sense, Kevin? So, but it's 28-29. He's already talked about, I'm playing in the Olympics in 2028. Retirement isn't on KD's mind right now. Play in the Olympics in 2028, and then the 2029 season, play where it all started, baby. Seattle.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
We are really starting to see that slowdown, and we're anticipating it with March Madness this year. Obviously, you don't have as many states going online. Gone are the days when you're adding 10 states every year, so the numbers will inflate that way. And I mentioned prediction markets taking money as well. One firm, HG Gambling Capital, estimates that they'll add about another $500 million in bets.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
I do believe there are causes for players to become basketball drunk. Thursday, Friday, you're sitting around a hotel and all you're doing is watching ball. And then you go out on the floor and you're a little bit groggy. Yeah, because all you've done is you've laid in that hotel bed and watched game after game after game. And you get caught up in the emotion. Like everybody in the country was.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Get 50 home runs, He only stole 13 bases. Boy, he only pitched to a 4.15 ERA. Yeah, he's not the MVP. Like, who can steal it from him? If Ohtani plays the whole season, who can steal it from him, Tom?
It has to be something so dramatic that it will bring pause to the voters to say, hey, Ohtani's great. He was a good pitcher this year. He was a really good hitter. But what this player doing, we have to take note of.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Back to the Craig Carton Show. Tyler Johnson here as well. Obviously, opening night tonight, Major League Baseball. Yankees and Giants coming up by the end of the show. We're going to give you our predictions for American League champion, National League champion, World Series champion, and the 2 MVPs in both leagues. So that you can hold us accountable as we enjoy baseball with you throughout the season. All right, so you passed on door A and B. Door A, we got to go down this Puka Nacua story. You remember a few months ago, Puka Nacua was on the Aiden Ross stream and got caught up doing what was viewed as an anti-Semitic miserly dance.
Yes.
You know, like rubbing your hands together like this, and apparently it's very offensive to the Jewish community.
There was a dreidel involved.
Yeah, now, I'm Jewish. I never knew that was offensive, but a lot of people found it offensive, so I'm not here to tell you it's not offensive. I wasn't bothered by it because I didn't know better.
Right.
So, okay, and I said the same thing then that I'm saying about, Cam Scatteraboo. Don't go crazy when a dingbat says something stupid, right? Just don't. Like, he's not a world leader. He's not an elected official. He's not your kid's school teacher. He's a dumb football player.
Right.
And dumb football players sometimes say and do dumb things.
Right.
And while you should teach them so they know not to make the same mistake again, he's dumb.
Right. Now,
what do you want me to do?
Now, before you move on, just yesterday we were talking about the money that was available to him if he kept his nose clean, because the wide receiver money is huge right now.
Yeah.
So, literally, we talked about that yesterday.
Right. JSN gets the $41 million a year deal.
Right. 120 guaranteed.
You could certainly make an argument. Puka Nacua is just as good, if not better.
Yep, and he's about to turn 25, so the right age and everything.
So there's a gal he's apparently hanging out with, and whatever they're doing together. They wind up, I think, at a Sprinter together. And then she is, the next day, goes to the police and claims that Puka Nacua did 2 things. One, bit her with an entire like he's biting an apple.
Like those teeth marks.
And by the way, she proved that she was bitten. And now, let me steal this one first. While it says alleged bite mark there on her body, Puka's lawyers admitted it.
Oh, wow.
By the accounts I've read today, that he does not deny that if you match those bite marks up with his mouth or dental whatever thing, those are his teeth. And the lawyer said, yes, he bit her, but it was a part of some foreplay horseplay. Okay?
Okay, and here's the thing. Because we're not there.
Right.
I guess I could give him the benefit of the doubt if you wanted to, but
he clearly bit her. And
clearly.
not like a nibble.
Yeah.
That's like chompers.
And the fact that she immediately reports it, it just makes me have a little pause on
the next part.
She liked that much.
So and I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
So look, I typically say I want to see all the facts play out before I'm going to go after a guy.
Yeah.
Because guys, famous people especially, get accused of things, especially sexual relationship, where we got to take a breath, make sure the accusation's legitimate.
Right.
And then, of course, if he did something untoward, go after him.
And the lawyer said this is blackmail. That's what his lawyer says.
So initially it was, none of this is true. Now a story came out today, and again, take it for what it's worth, that the lawyer is acknowledging, yes, he did bite her, but in the course of consensual horseplay.
Okay.
All right? So to me, the lawyer allegedly acknowledging that makes her story, everything else that she says, at least more believable on the surface level.
Yes.
Because she didn't lie about that, obviously.
Yes.
She showed the cops the bite marks. They verified it. And the lawyer's saying, yeah, he bit her. We're not going to deny it, but it was consensual. Okay, fine.
Okay.
The next part's the part that is getting him in trouble. She alleges that he said to her at some part of this night that, and I can't say all the words, of course, that he hates all effing Jews. Now, I'm not sure if she's Jewish. I'm not sure, if this was also horseplay. But on the heels of the Aiden Ross stream, where he gets convinced into doing what is now believed to be an anti-Semitic dance or thing, he now apparently has said to this gal, I hate Jews. And says effing Jews, but I mean, what's the difference, right? Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure if anyone else was in that car or if there's a driver that says, I heard it or didn't hear it. That'll now play itself out, of course.
The lawyer alleges there was a sober person that said it never happened. But was that sober person there?
That's also the lawyer's job.
Right. And was that person there the whole time?
Don't know. So here's the thing. If Aiden Ross now assaulted her, if it's not consensual, the bite was assault. Excuse me, I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay.
If Puka Nacua, assaulted her with his mouth, okay, that's one charge. But this could now also be viewed, and I'm taking this to the nth degree on purpose because it shows you how crazy this could get.
Yep.
If you view that bite mark as non-consensual,
that's right.
And in the same setting, Puka Nacua utters the phrase, I hate all effing Jews. That bite now becomes a hate crime.
Yes.
According to the law.
Yes.
And if that's the case, Puka Nacua is in trouble.
Yeah.
He ain't getting $120 million guaranteed, right?
Right.
So again, he deserves his day in court. He deserves to be able to say to, a judge or a prosecutor, here's my side of the story. I never uttered those words. The bite mark was playful. She was down with it. She was into it, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But because of the previous story, when again, he was convinced into doing something he probably knew nothing about.
Right.
And had to apologize for it. But if you uttered the words, I hate all effing Jews, and there's a witness to it, and you bit the witness, you got yourself a problem.
And I can't, you're absolutely right. I can't speak to the guilt or innocence.
Doesn't mean he can't play football next year. But are the Rams giving him $120 million guaranteed?
Hell no.
Is the NFL going to suspend him?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. But this is the part separate from his guilt or innocence. Let's say for a moment he's completely innocent. But that still means that on purpose, he was around a person who obviously let's say he didn't really know her. He's still bitter. Why is he still taking these kind of risks? What I was talking about was, if you had a bunch of money coming to you, just stay in the house till you sign the check.
Right.
Stay in the house. What I don't understand about him is why even put yourself in a position.
Sure.
He should know he went to college. This guy's lived his life. He doesn't know a girl who's attractive that he can be around, that he can actually trust.
Right.
That's
a good question.
So regardless of everything else, Puka Nacua, who I'm going to say out loud, I think he's a dumb person. I don't know if he's a bad person, but I feel very comfortable saying I think, in my opinion, he's a dumb person.
Okay.
Start making better decisions.
Yeah.
Because it's going to cost you, if nothing else, it's going to cost you reputation and money if it doesn't cost you prison.
Yeah. Like
make better decisions.
He's in trouble now. Now, the first one, I can excuse the first one. Because he didn't know that dance has anti-Semitic tones to it. Neither did I.
Right.
So if I didn't know it, I'm a 50-year-old adult, right? I can't expect that guy to know it.
That's fair.
So I gave him a pass now, you remember, right?
You did.
And he apologized, saying I had no idea it was anti-Semitic. Yep. Obviously, I never would have done that. And I think he deserved the pass. On that one, it's the streamer that should have been the guy that people were found objectionable. Not the dumb football player who didn't know.
Stop going on that guy's show.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But now, if he says F the Jews or I hate the effing Jews, et cetera, on the heels of an apology for something that was deemed anti-Semitic, there's no coming back from that. Now, can you have a career? Yes, you can. Can a team hire you? Yes, they can. Will the NFL suspend you? Maybe, maybe not. They may not get involved at all. They didn't suspend Steve Tisch for using Jeff Epstein as a pimp.
Right. Yeah, he was still out at
God
board
knows
meetings.
what the NFL is going to do about this.
Right.
But it's like, it's bothersome if he said it. If it's not, then my problem's with her.
Right.
If she accused him of saying that, he never said it, then we should throw the book at her.
Yeah.
I want to be clear about that. But the people that are going crazy about it, at times, you do have to consider the source of things. And while it's objectionable, it's hard to hear someone say that. And I know what this guy is now, if he did say it. And I'll handle that the way I want to handle it. But he's also a dingbat.
Yes.
He's a dumb jock. That's all he is. And now he might be anti-Semitic too. But he's nothing more than a dumb jock.
Against St. John's being an extreme difference maker, they got guys. At the end of the day, Nate gonna do what Nate gonna do. And they're gonna run it up, they'll get down, they'll come up, they'll go on runs, but you gotta give them credit. I don't think they can win a national championship that way, but man, are they exciting to watch. And they are literally a snap of a finger going on a big offensive run.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
Why the regular season, Joe, does mean something, because Detroit is going to get a back-end team in the East to begin.
Yes, and it does. And it's just a very strange situation, unfortunate situation for Cade Cunningham in Detroit. But the good news is, if you keep playing teams like the Washington Wizards, well, you're not going to need Cade Cunningham to win those games like they did last night.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
What does the deal look like? That's where it changes. It all changes at that point in time, because you've got them where you want them early, or at some point, even late. And you're making a decision based on opportunity, based on staffing, based on program. And then all of a sudden can you just call my agent to get this deal done? And when you think you have a deal done, you don't have the deal done anymore.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Major League Baseball announced yesterday that they will be having a partnership this season with a company that we've come to be very familiar with over the last 6 months. Polymarket is the exclusive prediction market partner of Major League Baseball and the only platform allows to use teams, logos, and marks. Representing the latest pro league to embrace the prediction markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Back to the Craig Carton Show. So the first make-believe rumor was that Phil Jackson was going to North Carolina to join Bill Belichick. You want to hear the next one?
Yeah.
This is a good one, too. Shane Tuttle, who's trying to have fun with people. Michael Jordan's $70 million Gulfstream just landed at Chapel Hill. Yeah.
He would be so horrible at it.
Oh, he'd be terrible.
So terrible, yelling at the kids. Just do what I did.
Plus,
I'm not you, Michael Jordan.
He won another NASCAR race last weekend. It's 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6.
That he's done. He's the owner of the year already. He doesn't have to win another race.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So the flag football game that Fanatics did with Fox last weekend, which I thought was fun.
I thought it was fun.
And it was all good. And I think if you had a problem with it, you take yourself a little too seriously. But it was good to see those guys out there having a good time, and great to see Team USA doing their thing. The number one thing that came out of it, though, which is interesting, is that OBJ looked like he's healthy.
Yes.
And obviously he makes the one-handed catch in the end zone, albeit a flag football game. No one's hitting anybody, all that. But because of that, there's now a thought amongst NFL GMs, Odell can still play. So if I'm a team looking for more likely a third wide receiver,
at this point,
and maybe a second wide receiver theoretically, that OBJ is now kind of being discussed amongst NFL teams as a veteran minimum, so $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, something like that, with incentives maybe to make some more than that. And the team right now that he is most closely associated with those rumors are the New York Giants. And there's video out there now of him and Jackson Dart having a moment together, I guess at the end of this weekend or a couple days ago. And there's a lot of thought now considering the current state of the New York Giants wide receiver room. They brought a couple guys in. They lost Wan'Dale Robinson, the big wood down in Tennessee. Obviously, their best wide receivers coming back, from the torn ACL.
It was early enough that they think he can make week 1, though.
Yeah.
The injury happened early enough in the season.
I think it's more likely October 1, but who knows, right?
It happened. It was still September when it happened.
Yeah, but when they went in, they said the injury is worse than originally thought.
Okay.
Well, whatever. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. But could you see Odell Beckham Jr. back with the Giants? I actually could.
I could.
On a 1-year deal.
Yeah, the only challenging part for him with teams now that they consider him more of a third wideout is most of the backup wide receivers play some form of special teams, and Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to play special teams. That would be the only thing that might hurt him with certain
he can't play special teams now. Malik Neighbors, obviously, is the guy we're talking about coming back from the injury. The New York Giants have added Calvin Austin and Darnell Mooney just for depth at the position. But I think you're going to see Odell Beckham Jr. in the NFL. Maybe not with the Giants, but it seems like people keep watching that catch in the flag football game, and Odell's trying to use that catch as proof. I still got it.
Yeah.
I can still play. Now, again, he ain't what he was when he first came into the league and hasn't been for a long time. But, there's a chance Odell Beckham Jr. is playing football this year. And if that happens, maybe we start taking the flag football game more seriously.
Yeah.
As a way for guys to show off that they can play.
No, you're right about that. What he showed is he can move. And, and he's no longer going to be
jump.
Yeah, he's not going to be a deep threat. But on 3rd and 7, could he get you 8 yards on a slant? I think he probably still could.
Like, is Odell Beckham 30 yet?
I think so.
Like, he's got to be 30, right?
Yeah.
But Odell Beckham back in the NFL, why not?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys I like watching play.
Yeah, he's an exciting player. He has personality. He's 33. 33.
Oh, he is over 30.
Yeah, he's 33.
So maybe not.
No, but I can see it. But the key thing is he also he was a guy previously who was not okay with a role. I would imagine he'd be humble enough to recognize you're going to, at the most, catch 50 passes if you had a great year.
Yeah.
You're a 35-catch guy at this point.
At most, I agree.
And is he comfortable? Because he was not comfortable with that with the Browns.
So we got a Giants fan downstairs, Ethan. Ethan, you just tell me yes or no. Do you want Odell Beckham Jr. on your roster this year? Yeah, why not? Okay, that brings me to story number 2 about the New York Giants. Story out there now, which has legs, is that a year ago, before Matthew Stafford returned to the Rams, everybody knows this as fact, the New York Giants kicked the tires on bringing Matthew Stafford in, okay? His deal was up. You could have gotten him, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that the Giants offered him $100 million?
For how long?
I didn't see that.
Right.
I didn't see that, so that's on me. But the New York Giants offered him more money than he actually got to return to the Rams last year. And he because, why do I want to join? At the time, Brian Dable was on the hot seat. Not a lot of talent around him.
Right.
And obviously, what the Giants did, they were a 4-win team last year. And going back to L.A. was obviously the right decision. They were a playoff team. They were a perennial playoff team.
His family's there.
Yeah, chance, obviously, to maybe get to another Super Bowl. But as a Giant fan, as the story goes, the Giants offered Matthew Stafford $100 million to be their franchise quarterback. Can you imagine how different things would be now if Stafford was the quarterback? I'd make the argument that the New York Giants would have been a wild card team. I'd make the argument that Brian Dable would still be your head coach, meaning Harbaugh would not be your head coach, all right? And that the New York Giants would be looking to build off a playoff appearance last year because Stafford's that good. So I say that because, the most maligned general manager in the sport is Joe Shane. And John Mara, the owner of the Giants, who unfortunately is dealing with cancer right now, is one of the most maligned owners in the sport. They came this close to getting Matt Stafford to be their franchise quarterback. Think about all the things in the league today that would be different if the Giants had landed Matthew Stafford. The Rams, they wouldn't have been a playoff team last year.
No.
Who would their quarterback even have been?
In that scenario, though, they might have pivoted.
To whom? Right? Jameis Winston?
Maybe
would they have drafted Jackson Dart?
No, maybe.
Because the Giants wouldn't have Jackson Dart.
No, the Giants it wouldn't have made sense.
Right.
It wouldn't have made sense. You would have tried to build around
that
the quarterback.
one decision, it was Stafford's decision. The Giants allegedly made him the biggest offer, and he chose less money for a chance to win and finish his career off with the Rams. But it shows you one decision would have changed a hell of a lot.
Darnold probably ends up with the Rams.
By the way, maybe he would.
Darnold ends up with the Rams. He still coached really well.
So play that out. Darnold goes to the Rams.
Instead of
Seattle doesn't win a Super Bowl.
No, Seattle doesn't win a Super Bowl. That's what it is.
Maybe the Rams win that Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right? The Giants don't have Jackson Dart that they're building around. They've got a 39-year-old Matthew Stafford that they're trying to build around.
Which I think would have been
worse.
It's
crazy what would have happened.
I think it would have been better last year, worse for the long term. I think the Giants are going to be able to take advantage of this rookie contract to try to win in year 3 or 4. You can't do that.
But if you ask a Giant fan today, do you want this to be year 2 of Stafford or year 2 of Jackson Dart? The answer is Stafford. Crazy. Back to the Craig Carton Show. Tyron Johnson here as well. Major League Baseball opening night tonight, baby. Yankees in San Francisco. Come get some. We have our baseball picks coming up, but I didn't want to end the show without letting you hear from your self-appointed king, LeBron James. Now,
what did he do now?
Don't forget, last week, I said LeBron was playing good basketball.
You did?
So I'm not opposed
begrudgingly
to giving LeBron James a compliment.
Yeah, begrudgingly.
Let's take a listen to what LeBron James said on his uninterrupted podcast with one of the most overrated players in the history of basketball, Steve Nash, who stole an MVP, probably 2 from Kobe. But that's another story for another day. I'm going to let it play. We can see if we can pick out the problem with what he's saying here together. Okay, Tyrone? Play LeBron James, guys. Go ahead.
Well, not drafted him, but signed him. Signed him after the fact, and I went back and watched a lot of his Wichita State highlights and games, and then a lot of his Oklahoma highlights and games as well. The first thing I noticed, it's kind of funny. We always talk about this. He didn't play like a white boy. It was very different. His wiggle was very different.
I'm sorry?
He's
talking about Austin Reaves.
Yeah.
So direct quote from LeBron James, what I noticed about Austin Reaves in college is
who's sitting there.
Yeah, he's sitting to his left.
Yeah.
He didn't play like a white boy.
Yeah.
His words, not mine. He had a different jiggle to him.
Wiggle.
Wiggle to him.
Wiggle.
We laugh about it all the time in the locker room, me and the guys.
Yeah.
He didn't play like a what?
He said, LeBron said, like a white guy.
No, like a white boy.
Yeah, like a white
what
boy.
He said.
Yeah, like a white boy.
He didn't play like a white boy.
Yeah.
What's a white boy play like? Stationary jump shooter? Set shot Buford? I'm just wondering.
Well,
I'm just trying to figure out.
Now, hold on, Craig.
What is the stereotypical white boy
Well,
play
I
like?
can tell you this. I'll say this out loud. Not on LeBron.
Jason Williams is a white boy?
No. He wasn't.
He wasn't?
Hell no.
His tape didn't look like a regular white boy?
Hell no, it didn't.
I have to agree.
No. There is one rule, though. In pickup games.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you pick a white player, because you just go there, right?
Yeah.
And you go past to him, and he can't shoot, you're like, damn it, you made a mistake.
Right. Why'd I draft the white boy?
You're there to shoot. So,
we laugh about it all the time. He had a different wiggle at college. He didn't play like a white boy. And I'm sitting there as a white boy going, should I be offended by that? I'm not. No,
I would ask you.
I'm not.
No, I would ask you, though, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
Since LeBron opened
he
the door.
thinks we all shoot like this.
No. I'm going to ask you this. When you, as a Caucasian man,
Go ahead.
okay,
You can call me a white boy for this. It's fine.
right? When you see a white guy at a gym or playing basketball, and then he goes and dunks on somebody, do you get an extra little?
You're damn right I do. Yeah,
a little extra.
Because historically, my people don't dunk well unless it's a donut.
But when they dunk it on somebody, it kind of gives you an extra thing.
Yeah, that's why I always say Jason Williams has the best highlight tape of any player to ever play basketball. The white chocolate Jason Williams.
Yes.
All right?
You can go back to high school and he was
I'm not
throwing
even
alley-oops
kidding.
to Moss.
Yes.
Like he's always had great tape.
His highlight tape is like an and one mixtape.
It was.
So I am not offended by it. I just thought it was funny. And thank God Austin's sitting there. And Steve Nash, historically white Canadian guy.
What's crazy is, though, about Nash's game, too, was Nash early didn't seem to play like the traditional white guy.
Boy.
But by the end, he absolutely was.
Here's what I love about what LeBron said, because I know you guys all thought I was going to attack him for being a racist. He's not a racist, right? Here's what I love about it is he answered a question I've always had. If a bunch of black dudes on an NBA team are in a locker room, when the white dude shows up,
and he's different,
do the black guys talk about it? The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's probably, in a lifetime of lies, the most honest thing LeBron James has ever said.
Yeah, probably.
He don't look like a white boy. He's got a different wiggle to him.
I will say, when Austin Reaves play, Luka, when he moves, because Luka's not a great mover.
Luka moves like a white boy.
Right. Reaves does it.
I agree 100%.
Reaves moves different.
And I want to say to you, LeBron James, who I've had my issues with, I appreciate you on this one. Because when I watch Austin Reaves play, he don't play like a lot of white dudes I know.
No, he looks like he's going to break you down, get there, and try to dunk on you.
All right, real quick. We got to give our baseball predictions. Here we go.
Yes.
American League champion is?
My American League champion, I have the Mariners in the American League.
Okay, National League?
I have the Dodgers.
Okay, Mariners, Dodgers, World Series, your champion?
I have the Mariners winning the whole thing for the first time ever.
Okay, and give me your MVPs real quick.
I have Jose Ramirez in the AL.
Go ahead.
I have Tatis Jr. in the NL.
Love Tatis. All right, I've got the Yankees for the American League. In the National League, you're going to be shocked by this. I think the Philadelphia Phillies are going to the World Series.
Here we go.
Their pitching staff is really good. No one's talking about it, right? And you're getting Wheeler back. I've got, for MVPs, I have Yankees winning the World Series just like in 2009.
Okay.
And who did I pick for MVPs?
Roman Anthony.
I got Roman Anthony. Why? Because his sister's hot. And I got for the National League MVP, Juan Soto for the Mets.
He's going to have a good year.
So have yourselves a great day. Enjoy baseball. It's back. We'll be all over it tomorrow. And thank you, LeBron. Appreciate you, buddy.